News just coming to me now is that Jones has signed for Force India.
Lotus driver
for
Toby
the
Jones
rest of
has
the
made the
season.
switch to Force India with immediate
Toby Jones
effect.
switches to Force India.
Signed Jones.
Jones moves to Force India.
Jones decided to leave the team after being in contract talks with Force India since the British Grand Prix, and being hugely disappointed with Lotus's terrible performance this year. Team principal Gerard Lopez added to that it was very sad to see Toby leave. Vijay Mallya is thrilled to have Toby on the team as he is a huge prospect to win championships. A great addition to the team, more to follow later on.
What's up guys, reviews Ty J and welcome to a brand new video. Today it's the 11th episode of the Lotus career mode, but in fact we have moved to Force India as my news presenters brilliantly said. Thank you to all of them. Links in there to their channels will be all in the description. And as you can probably hear, I've got a new microphone. I've actually bought the Blue Snowball, so let me know how that sounds in the comments. But we are at our first race with Force India at the Hungarian in Hungary. We've got an R&D objective in practice, and we have to start the brakes for 83% of the lap. So, okay then, on to the first bit, and just changed it up into rich mix. We've got to go out 3 laps, and then we've got to stay off the brakes for 83% of the time. So going through the first lap, we did it quite successfully. About 90% of that lap was there, and we got 4 seconds over the lap time, 27.3 we got on that first lap time, which is pretty impressive, I'm not going to lie. Second time round then we come across the line. Actually Kvyat has set a much better lap than that in the Toro Rosso, but we don't set a good lap in that time, but it is a 28.2 I think, by my calculations. But coming on to the third lap, we've got some guys coming out the pits that include Sebastian Vettel. So coming through the last corner, really easy objective really. Automatically stayed off the brakes for that amount, and we did pass the objective, so we're going to have some sort of upgrade into the race, which should be quite good actually. So then we're just going to come out for some option running on the option tyres for practice, just to get some qualifying stuff ready for the qualifying session later. So then we are going actually purple, believe it or not, on the first sector with the option tyres, which is very good, 7/10 better than our first sector, but it didn't fare out great for the next couple of sectors, and we only improved our time by 7/10 of a second, but that does put us up into 7th place, so that's not bad whatsoever actually. And going through the last corner for our last lap in this session, 5 laps we've done, so that's more than adequate for me personally, and that's 26.0, so we've improved by nearly 5/10 of a second yet again. We're only 2 seconds behind the leader. So we have practiced in 7th place, 1.9 seconds behind the lead is Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton down in 10th actually there, which is quite weird, and Hulkenberg getting 12th. We beat Hulkenberg in our first session luckily. But into qualifying now, and I'm really hopeful for into qualifying, but as you can see, we are putting our setup on now, and putting lean mix on and 3 lap setup. And as you can see, the component is unavailable. It's failed, and due to the rarity, it's not currently available. Could become available again in the future. And it was actually a front wing mid-section update. It increased front downforce by 5%. But as you can see there, we actually have a 100% chance of rain for tomorrow's race. We really need to qualify as high as we can, but we are on the primes in Q1. We've actually switched to the options, so we're going to qualify on the option tyres for Q1. And our first sector is a 30.5. I think we did a 30.3 in practice, or a 30.7. 2/10 either way or something. But the second sector is then a 1 minute and 9, just nearly a 1 minute 1 for the second sector. And then coming around the last sector, we've got a couple of cars, traffic ahead. I think that's a Red Bull. No, it's a Marussia. Looked like a Red Bull for a minute. I think that's a Marussia and a case from Chilton and Ericsson or Kobayashi. I think it's Ericsson, I presume it is going to be. So coming around the last corner to end our first ever lap in the Force India in a qualifying session. And we are going to do, what are we going to do? We're going to do a 25.2. We smashed Chilton's time, and that's 1 point. That's a lot. Well, it's a lot faster than we did in practice, put it that way. We only needed to do that 1 lap as well to get us into Q2, just behind Nico Hulkenberg, and actually only 7/10 behind Lewis Hamilton. So that's very positive going into Q2. Now on to the options. I think we're on the options again, weren't we? Yeah, we're in the options anyway on Q1. So coming then into the sector 1. And that's a 30.5. That's exactly the same sector 1 as Q1, believe it or not. Exactly the same, 30.56545 5:46, sorry, and that was 2 tenths faster than Q1. That's sector 2 time. So coming through the last couple of set of corners into the last corner, and we do go and do a 25 dead, so 2 tenths quicker than our Q1 time. The time was pretty much made up in sector 2, obviously gaining those 2 tenths. But later in the session we are in 12th, so we're just below the drop zone behind Jenson Button. We've got Magnussen to clear, and hopefully we can beat the McLarens, but Jenson Button set at 24 dead, so that really are going to have to improve. But as you can see, we set an abysmal second sector. So what we decided to do in the end, 12 is okay for us. It's better than we did at Lotus anyway. And we pull over in a second. Yep, we just slow down and then decide to retire from the session. But we do keep our 12th place, and we qualified there. Nico Hulkenberg 7th as it stands. Obviously they've still got to do Q3. But let's see who's on pole then. As you can see, it's absolutely tipping it down here in Hungary. Hamilton's got pole. Nico Hulkenberg actually qualified in 9th in the end. 3 places above his good old teammate Toby Jones. And here we go then. We're starting just behind the 2 McLarens, Magnussen and Button, and our teammate Nico Hulkenberg. The traffic lights, as you can pretty much see on the back of every car. The ERS light, whatever you want to call it, and the safety light in the rain. But anyway, it's lights out and away we go in the lead mix. And it's the slowest start we've had ever. And Kvyat's mugged us off the start. And I think he's in mug Magnussen. The 2 Toro Rossos, in fact, have had a brilliant start. And our former teammate gets past. That's a humiliation. And Sutil, so we lost 4 positions, being fairly cautious into the first corner. But we still do pick off people and gain positions. So we're up to P9, which is really good. So that's where Hulkenberg actually qualified. And I think he's dropped positions, which is positive for us, but not positive for him. But we're up to P6, and as you can see, that's Rosberg and Raikkonen going slow. And we, in fact, get past both of them around the outside. Just Rosberg, in fact. And we've got Kimi Raikkonen just ahead of us. I don't think we'll get past him now, but P5 from P12 on the grid is pretty goddamn good, to be fair. And if we can get this position through the race, this would be really good. So we don't actually have to pit. But as you can see, that's Rosberg just behind us in the Mercedes car, and he'll be pretty annoyed. But we have to skip forward to lap 5 to find any action. But I thought in the end, because our tyres are just going to go and just drop off the pace. But Rosberg isn't really racing us, and we're not racing Rosberg. So I thought, why not? We may as well just let him through. And we've got Kvyat and Bottas behind us. Bottas isn't really racing us either, but oh well. It's a Williams and not a Mercedes. As you can see, the tyres, well, interesting tyres they were really, and just trying slipping and sliding all the way through as Danny Kvyat gets through. And 4 laps later, as you can see, the tyres aren't actually that bad on the screen, but they were horrible, horrific, I'd like to say, to drive for those 11 laps. And Hulkenberg gets past, but just to show the team we're the much better driver, we go around the outside and fantastically make the move on Hulkenberg. So I think we're going to come on the pits in this lap, because there was no way we were able to get any more time in them tyres. It's just impossible to get any more time with those tyres on. So we come into the pits and we're in P7, even if we finish in last. At the end of the day, I'd rather finish last after pitting than finish last after getting a puncture and finish 2 laps behind. So we're down to P17 for the moment, as you can see, just skipping forward. We're down to last now. And that is somebody lapping us. That's a Ferrari Kimi Raikkonen, I believe, who's getting past. As you can see, that's Kimi Raikkonen, yeah. So he's in P4, so a very good start from him, because he was in P5 when I last saw him, so he must have overtook one of the guys. But Chilton's going very slow on the racing line. Well, it wasn't really the racing line, but it could have been for some people. So we go up to 21st, and then on lap 15, Bottas and Ericsson are going slow. Bottas actually makes pit stop, as well as me and Massa. Us 3 both made pit stops, so it's clear the Williams are feeling the tyre wear as well. But unfortunately, that is the end of the race. The race went so quick. I bet what the hell is happening there, because the qualifying and practice sessions was longer than the race. But I really wants to make them longer, because the race was so boring. Literally, a wet race is not boring because nothing happened. And after our pit stop, we weren't really battling anyone. And after we got past Bottas, nothing really happened. So we ended up in 19th place. A very good result for us today. I said, jokes. And Hulkenberg finishes in 8th place. A terrible result for us. In fact, everyone gets lapped up to 7th. Danny Kvyat, a very good result for Toro Rosso in 6th. And he picks up 8 points for the team. And Lewis Hamilton leads the championship by 37 points. It's Vettel in 3rd, and then it's the other Red Bull. In fact, the first 6 is just tiers of Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari. And we're quite a way down there in the championship. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure to let me know what you thought of the Blue Snowball in the comments. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.